Good morning, Solaris 7. Calgary Battletech brings you Season 2 of Uncivil Discourse with your hosts, Brett, Lee, and commentary from Geoff. Live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Uncivil Discourse. Today, we will be talking about the merits and flaws of the infantry and why they should be used next season and not battle mechs.
First off, I'm not in Vegas. This is not live from Las Vegas.
I'm alive, and I'm in Las Vegas. Therefore, it counts.
And infantry? We never talked about infantry.
No, you're right, Lee. We're here to talk about the last game of 2022-2023 season, the semifinals, and our predictions going into the finals for next Sunday.
Oh, jeez. And I thought you had the wrong show again. I just got finished telling people Battletech was gone for a week. You really had me confused.
You guys are so cheesy and horrible. This is just bad.
All right, so I played in the 40K tournament, but my buddy Steven was from Edmonton, and he's down here for the Battletech tournament. So I dropped in on him on Saturday, and it was pretty awesome. They had about 60 guys playing in the BTCC format, where it's all objective based. It looked like there was definitely some newer players. There was definitely some experienced players. And there was definitely a lot of players running those Wolverine 7Ks because they're just that good. From what I heard, it was a pretty awesome turnout. And it was pretty easy to see who the top players were. But that being said, it's just really exciting to see those events happening and more organized international Battletech.
It is really, really wild to see how quickly and loudly Battletech has moved up in people's consciousness. Like, just recently, it was listed as one of the top games of, I think it was 2022.
Yeah, I think they had the top sales of 2022, something like 8 million models sold or something.
Yeah, there was a ridiculous amount or something like that, yeah.
Could have been more had they not had any exclusives or more stock on shelves.
Yeah, but you know what? That's a pretty successful run anyway. They can't print off an infinite number.
What they really need is somebody to do something like, work on an OGL and then anger the entire community.
No, all the Microsoft employees are taken.
Ooh, we're getting sued.
All the Microswish employees are taken.
Mm-hmm. So, on great turnouts, I have to say one of the best things about this past game day was just the fact that everybody was there, everybody was in tuned, and everybody really wanted to play. And we ended up getting a special guest came in. Dave Wimbush won some mechs. He ended up winning our Merrick Lance draw. Dave, it was fantastic to see you. I'm really glad we were able to finally get that Merrick Lance to you. And we're looking forward to being able to do another draw at some point in the future. Stay tuned.
Yeah, it was even extra special to do it in person, right? To see that look on his face.
Sidelining into continuing on about commentary and community spirit and atmosphere in the league, don't forget to get your votes in for all the awards for, all the peoples. And remember, this is only for league members. I think we have 2 more days left once this drops to get in for Tactical Genius, P-Hawk, and the Good Egg Award.
So this is the part where we take a look at last week's matches. As someone was playing with fire, and we had some hot games going on this week.
Oh, these cheesy one-liners are going to be the death of me.
There are worse ways to go. Game number 1, Abishai's Avengers had to face off against Kondo's Janissaries. Again, things didn't go as expected today. I think some of us had a 4-something prediction, but, and drum roll, we see Abishai's Avengers rocking and rolling with a 4-0 victory, a complete reversal of when these two teams faced off against each other earlier in the season.
Yeah, well, way to go, Max. Way to take it back against JP. I know you were really disappointed losing to him earlier on in the season. I know I was thinking, and I know Geoff and and Brett were as well. That'd be a 4-0 victory for some side. I'm just really surprised you were able to take JP out as easily and as quickly as you did. Congratulations, and good luck in the finals.
I believe I called this one, the score not correct, but I believe I called the winner of this one correct. But I don't remember. That having to remember 2 weeks ago, that's...
I know one of us got it right. It could have been Brett and I.
One of us got it right.
Yeah.
Max did a great job here. 4-0. That's nothing to sneeze at, especially when you're playing somebody like JP. So clearly Max's dice were hot and JP just couldn't roll.
Game number 2, Riston's Rogues came up against Kel's Keshik. And to no surprise, a Geoff won today, but also a Geoff lost today. Thanks for tuning in to this 4-3 Geoff victory. Good luck in the final, Geoff.
Really? That's how you're going to play this? All right, fine. Geoff, why don't you tell us how this game went? And maybe you or Geoff, or the other Geoff, or Geoff, or Jeffafa can let us know who the victor actually was.
Am I pissing you off? Yes, Brett is correct. Geoff did win this match. And the victory score was a 4-3 for Geoff. All hail Geoff. I managed to win this one for the 4-3. It was a really good game, actually. It was very, very good. And outside of a lucky hit, I think it could have gone completely different. And you could have seen the 4-3, but with the other Geoff winning. It was really good. It was a very fun game. It's always a pleasure to play Geoff. We played before the season, and I believe he beat me in one of our practice games. So I guess this is just payback for that. But it was I had a lot of fun playing against Geoff, and he's a great player.
Game number 3, looking again at B-side division. Red Sons Irregulars came face-to-face against Mass Destruction. I hear a Salamander took one in the face, swinging the game around from an early lead. Lee, tell us a tale of how this game ended in a 4-2 finish.
Oh my god, you guys, you're going to get me on this again, but it was a close game. I got a big jump early on, and I had taken out the Gary's mechs. It was going so well. I was able to negate his ECM with my 2 Beagle Active probes, and the ranges were mine. We were hitting each other pretty effectively, but I was hitting him a little bit harder to begin with. Knocked down 2 of his mechs. Okay, cool. And lost one of my own. All right, I've still got 3. And then the turn just went absolutely sideways for me. His Phoenix Hawk with the Clan Large Pulse Laser hits me in the head with the Clan Large Pulse from... I didn't move, he didn't move, he needed like 4s. And hits me in the head. Okay, he rolls for criticals, gets 2 criticals, hits both sensors. Can't shoot. Pilot's awake, mech's fine, but hardly any damage. Couldn't shoot anything. Same turn, my Crab's going after his damaged Thunderbolt. Got to finish it off. The Gauss Rifle's getting pretty painful. Crab shoots at it, hits it. Okay, no problem. The Archer fires at it, kills it. Okay, cool. Right on. Then he rolls his Thunderbolt's fire. Gauss Rifle hits my Crab. Head hit. Dead Crab. So now I've got left is my Archer, which was badly hurt, and my Salamander that can't shoot at all.
Yeah, that sounds like it swung way out of your favor, and at least hopefully you had a good time.
Oh, Gary's a fantastic opponent. Lots of fun to play with. I've been looking forward to playing against him for the past 2 years. I'm not upset I lost. It was a great game. Gary was really concerned with dying, and I was like dying early, and instead he ended up swinging it back around and taking me out.
See, the way I heard it, he was worried about beating admin and not being invited back next year. Did he have to throw the game so you could get ahead?
He could
No,
twist
he
it
didn't say
however
any
he
of that. I'm just throwing shade. But no, it sounded like everybody had a good time.
Oh yeah, Gary's awesome playing this.
But the more important question is, how many times did he 6-spin, and how many of those 6 spins did he jam?
I killed his rifleman before he got to do anything worthwhile.
You mean SOB.
Yeah,
You're supposed to let it play until it jams.
Nope. He was being extremely accurate with his racks. That mech had to die.
That's just mean, Lee. That's mean and uncalled for.
Yeah, well, shouldn't bring a rifleman to a mech fight.
Ooh,
It's
ouch.
a rifleman who likes riflemen.
I only know of one other person who made that mistake. Right, Matt? Game number 4, Orden Storm Riders versus Doom Buds. Wham, bam, and thank you, ma'am. This was some rocketing and some rolling today. I didn't get a chance to see the whole lot of how this game went down, but I know the final score was 2-1 for the Doom Buds.
I also didn't get to watch much of the game. It looked like it was close. There wasn't a lot dead at the very, the couple times I glanced over. And then, obviously, towards the end, a couple kills for the Doom Buds. So, 2-1, though. It sounds like it was pretty close.
Yeah, it was almost to the point of having to count dots. Like, it was a very tight game. I know Alex and Will were having a good time. They're having a lot of fun because they were sitting right behind me. I didn't really watch too many details because I was trying not to get my butt kicked. But it was great. Like, it obviously was a good game. I know that that was the winner I predicted, just like I think all three of us actually did. So Alex did great. I think this is going to be a really interesting finals. Red Sons of Regulars versus the Doom Buds should be really good.
Yeah, I'm almost torn next year. If we have an even number of players and I can just be admin, that would be kind of awesome, so then I can go around and see all these games. But I really enjoy playing some of these games too, so I'm torn on which way I want it to go next season.
You know you want to play.
I mean, who doesn't want to play? It's a game that we all love and have forever.
Yep.
This week, we have something a little different in the form of our interviews. Heather has tracked down for the finalists of both A-side and B-side, with the assistance of Laura, to ask them some questions.
Well, hello, Alex. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Finally getting over the dang cold, so that's kind of nice. So you are going into the B-side playoffs. How do you feel about that?
Nervous, thrilled, excited, all the above.
All the above, Kate. So which is your top feeling?
Mostly nervous.
Mostly nervous? And what are you nervous about?
A rematch mainly with my opponent, who I did play in main season, who I believe was like my 6th or 5th game.
How did that game go?
We tied.
Okay, so it's not like you got your butt whooped or anything.
No, we tied.
Okay, well that's good. And so just looking back at your experience from this year to last year, how were you feeling? Like, I know of course, clearly you made it into the playoffs. I don't remember how you did last year, but how are you feeling?
Last year, I finished, I think, at the end of the day, the score, I finished 4th in B-side.
Okay.
And the fact that I've made it all the way to playoff this year on B-side, pretty good.
Okay, so you're feeling like you've taken what you learned last year and really put it into effect then?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know, like, I've talked with your mom and your dad and Lee and Jeff, and we have seen such a huge improvement in your game and your strategy. It's really been really cool to see your growth, which is really awesome. And it actually doesn't surprise me that you made it into the B-side finals. A little disappointing that it's not me or Lee in there playing you, but hey, what are you gonna do, right?
Mm-hmm. To be fair, and being honest, if it was you, seeing as how our game went in the last season on game 9,
Yep.
I would have viewed it as almost too easy, given how I beat you 4-0.
Yeah.
Lee would have been
Yeah.
more terrifying because I tied him.
Yeah. I won't take that as too much of a dig, but I get it when it's like when I played Will before and I walloped him, and then, or at least I think I did. I can't remember. And then when I played him last week, or my last game, I lost. So I get it. It's your previous experience, totally understandable. Yeah. Wow. You walloped me 4-0.
Yes.
Dang. I forgot that. Oh well. What are you gonna do, right?
Yep.
So, what are you looking forward to in the game? What are you kind of worried about? Is there anything you want to say to your opponent?
I am worried. Well, I'm worried about the 2 ECM suites.
Okay.
I do know that 2 ECM suites hurt my lands, specifically since I do have C3I.
Right.
With 1, I can always play around with 1 suite, but with 2, I gotta make sure I target the right one.
Right. Yeah, you're gonna have to do a little bit of looking at those actual mech sheets and kind of try and come up with a game plan. You never really know, but kind of come up with a game plan, thinking that way.
Yep.
So going into this last game, I'm going to ask all of you guys, what do you think, and of course you're going to have to say yourself, but what do you think the final score is and who do you think is going to win?
I honestly don't know. Gary and I are both good players, and it could go any way.
Yeah, good luck. It'll be a good game. It'll be good to watch. But either way, hey, you're at least like you're in the final, which is pretty dang good considering where you were last year. So
I can't finish lower than 2nd.
well, there you go. You cannot be like me, who was knocked out in the first round of playoffs. Thank you, Alex. I'm like, what the hell am I saying? Thank you, Alex, for interviewing with me, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes. Can't wait.
And now we have Gary, who is running the Lance from the Fed Suns, the Red Suns Regulars. How are you doing tonight, Gary?
I'm doing pretty good. Just got done some gaming on Heroes of the Storm, so now I'm talking Battletech.
So, Gary, did you figure you'd make playoffs this year?
Some of the games was not great. Some of the games I didn't think I was going to make it whatsoever. So I was just playing as much as I could and the best as I could. And I couldn't believe that I got top 8 for a little while there until the last game of the season. So I'll take a B-side.
Hey, you made playoffs, so that's better than not making playoffs. Yeah. So how'd you feel about your season this year?
I enjoyed it. I had major wins and sometimes, major losses, but that's how it goes. It's a dice game. I like my chances better this year. I actually thought about my lance and, tried to make something fun for the whole year, and I decided on racks and made my lance pretty close to being rack full as possible. And I've been enjoying it. All the guys have been, asking how many times I've jammed in a game. And it's always funny just to snub it in their face just a little bit to say that I didn't jam any. What are you talking about?
You had some games where you really jammed a lot, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. There was one game that I jammed like every second turn. Like, just
Ooh.
disgusting. And I was firing like 2 and 3 shots only, not even a full 6 spin or anything.
Oh.
So, it's been a wild up and down ride, but I'm actually kind of impressed that I got this far.
Well, like when I know I didn't play you this year, but last year, like our game against, like, I always have fun playing games against you, Gary. So it's
oh yeah.
It actually doesn't surprise me that you made it into the finals of the B-side. Like, I maybe didn't vote for you every time, like when we were doing predictions, but definitely.
Oh, I know. Don't worry, nobody votes for me. Nobody votes for the underdog.
Well,
was
I'm going to
funny
vote
because
for you this time.
Well,
Oh,
I
that's not
actually,
fair.
it was funny because I listened to the other podcasts and everything, and I always like make a point to, whenever they vote against me, to make a point to do some research on their lands and, find out little dirty tricks and everything like that. Like, I've played Battletech for a long time, just never got into it when I moved to Alberta 10 years ago now. And then finally, like, I saw like the league go up and everything like that, and so I got involved because I love playing Battletech. It's a fun, great game. My dice hate me, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, and that's the one thing about BattleTech, right? Like, it's as much as you can have an amazing strategy, and your dice are in hell. Like, they're like, yeah,
Yep.
for you.
Yep, it's in the toilet. Like I said, I think playing Lee was my first head cap the whole game, the whole season. First one ever. I have one Gauss rifle.
What was that?
One?
I said
Aw.
I only have one Gauss rifle, so I only have one actually head capping weapon.
Mhm.
But as Lee found out, I could roll criticals like nobody's business. So the last game, if you didn't read the report on it, I shot him in the head of his salamander with a clan large pulse from the Phoenix Hawk, and I hit him in the head. Okay, that's only 10 points of damage. He takes his critical. I roll 2 criticals on his head, and I hit both of his sensors, which means he can't fire. So yeah, I turned his salamander into basically a punching bag for a little while, because that's all he could do. And then my little Phoenix Hawk just jumped away, because that's what it does.
Yeah, I heard he actually had to run him across the field.
Oh yeah. He was planted, and he had to come like charging up to me, and try to punch me in the face, and just kind of boot fucked him a little bit, anyways. That's the game. Was like, I was so nervous at that game, really bad, because C3I, and I know I built my lance to have 2 ECMs in it to counter it.
Okay.
So I mean, that was the whole point, and I have to play that game where you have to count out 6 hexes out and what's being blocked line of sight, stuff like that. So that's what I've been trying to do. And I mean, the next opponent, Alex, I've played him already. I lost to him the first time because first time I played C3 in forever. And so yeah, I took that one. There was a couple of headshots there. I think his Highlander took one out very, very quickly, like 3rd or 4th round. It was stupid. But yeah, I think I'm kind of got the idea on the grasp of it now. I might need some help tweaking my strategy for things, but I think this year has been going great for me considerably, considering last year sucked.
Well, it's getting used to the rules, right? Like, Laura, I know you played in the old league, and I played in the last. I'm convinced it was the last year of Bruce's league. Lee doesn't agree with me, but I think he's crazy, and I always think he's crazy. So whatever. But like, it's this league. Like, it took me a while. Even last year, it took me to like get into the thought process of it. And if you're not used to league, like even a lot of the new guys who have played for years, right?
Mhm.
League it's a little bit of a different mixing bowl. It's not just a simple, oh, okay, you can play and beat the crap out of each other. It actually, there's some thought and you have to think further down the road rather than just one game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's why the last game number 10, me dropping from 8th to 9th, I didn't mind, because I know Max would take me apart again. He already did it once. It would just be another round, and I would have been out right away. So I believe dropping from 8th to 9th actually was a little bit of strategy, which I'm not okay. I'm okay with because I'm playing for 3rd. So I'm okay with that.
Well, and technically it's not even 3rd. It's 1st and B.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
Because
Mhm.
B.
Yeah, B-side champion. Yeah. Oh yeah. But technically,
So
you know.
yeah, you can still get gold.
Oh yeah.
What is one thing other than the C3I that you are not looking forward to for your final match?
Larms. Come on. Like, yes, you can fire them from across the map. Yes, I guess I'll have to go run up to and, you know, give you a kick for just using larms. But I find that having a whole lance made around it, like Alex and Lee did, it's a good plan. It's just not my favorite. I don't like to be shooting missiles just standing in the back. I like to actually be up brawling. I'm more of a bruiser type of player where I'm going to be able to, you know, get up close and personal and, you know, give you a kick every once in a while just because I need to.
Right. So you're hoping you got a map that'll allow you to be able to get in there and mess them up a little bit.
With the C3, I got to stay behind the hills. I really do. I
Mhm.
got to stay where he won't be able to see me whatsoever or shoot me. It doesn't matter if he can see me. It's always the indirect line of play, the line of sight. If he can't shoot me with the longbow, if he can't see me with the longbow from across the map, if I'm hiding behind a level 2 hill somewhere, and I'll operate against it. It doesn't matter how high he might be or if he can, you know, see me with the C3I where I am. He still can't shoot me. So
Yeah. That was my problem with when I played against him, is not being able to get enough coverage.
yeah.
And
And
so
it's definitely helping with the ECM. Like I've got 2 of them, like the battle or the Banshee has it and the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt's nice to get around with. The Banshee is pretty much the backbone. And it's a zombie, so I mean I can't go wrong with that whatsoever. I must admit Brett did do a good design on it, so I will, you know, give him a little bit of praise.
you can say, Laura, some kudos for Brett for a good mech build.
Woo!
I didn't mind, and that's the whole thing was this season was you know, when you want to, you know, use your 2 tech skills or anything like that, you just have to go broad strokes. And all I told Brett was, you know, I'm going to faction tech it, give it an ECM. That's it. And he did everything else. So I'm quite impressed with that one. I like my Banshee the way it is. I like being able to fire off a rack on the Banshee too. So,
Well, I don't really know very well, so I'm like, do. I don't know, Laura, if you understand racks. I understand my racks, but they're not exactly what's out on the field.
oh, it's the thing is all it is you just cluster it. That's all it is. It's just like basically a shotgun. It's just like a cluster round for an LBX, but mine hit in 5-point hits instead of 1-point hits. So
Yeah, I got a rack on my T-Bolt.
yep, yeah, you have that nice T-Bolt.
Yeah.
The one I should have upgraded to, but whatever.
Hindsight is 2020, right?
Yep. Oh yeah, but I don't mind mine because again, I got an ECM out of it. So
True.
those are my 2 ECM mechs that I had to engineer. 1 engineer and 1 faction tech for the year.
Cool. So, what are you like looking into next season? I'm assuming you're going to be coming back because of how much you've enjoyed yourself.
Oh yeah, I'll be back. I like being able to have a community and play games with, even just, you know, exhibition matches or stuff like that. You know, if there's a day free or something, you can always organize a game with somebody and go play some Battletech, roll some dice. It's always a good thing.
Exactly, right. And it's nice when, because like the last league was run, well, Cam was 9, so if we're going off my numbers, that's the summer that it finished, 2013. So other than any Catalyst events or any independent events people have run, there hasn't really been anything. And so that community, like, well, that would have ended before you got out here, Gary. So it gives you this chance to get in here and meet everybody. And you definitely fit in with all the other odd socks out there. And
Oh yeah, and meeting people is always great. Talking to people and being able to be social, especially now that the stupidness is kind of over as much as it is, but I'm kind of glad that we're all back face to face and gaming, and that's the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a social event when you game out, and that's what I am. I'm more of a casual social gamer instead of the hardcore gamer. I really am.
what? You're not going to get up and flip the table because your mech lost its head?
Oh, not at all. I'm just gonna sit there and be like, well, I guess, I should have donated that $2 to the homeless guy yesterday. Freaking karma's coming back to slap me in the face. Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, God. So thinking about next year, what is one thing you hope they bring in?
That I don't know. I can't. I haven't thought on it. I really haven't. No. Some of the new weapons would be cool. I don't know. You might have, I always play Intersphere. So, playing some clan would be fun. If there's anybody that wanted to just do a straight clan star, I guess. That'd be cool because I haven't played with any of my clan mechs yet. And I do have a bunch of them, so.
Well, maybe we should plan some off-season clan matches.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be thinking about that because I've got a whole bunch, and I went and bought myself Alpha Strike, so as a birthday present. So I'm going to be learning that too because it looks more like I'm a Warhammer 40k player back in the day. So I played that a while, and I feel like Alpha Strike is going to turn BattleTech into that more instead of the math that it is right now, because with Will it's all about the math. He gets very, very bored at math, let's just say that.
yeah no, like the math definitely. And if it's something that doesn't come straight to you, it can be very daunting and exhausting, let alone just being out among so many people and stuff. Like adding all that math on there kind of
it definitely takes some energy out of you. Like after a day of BattleTech, I'm pretty much done.
Well, that about wraps it up, I guess. Gary, thank you for joining us, and good luck in the playoffs.
It was always a pleasure. And here's hoping I can beat your son up. Well, figuratively, I guess.
Well, yeah, maybe. Depending how the game is, you might have to take him outside.
Yeah, afterwards, anyways, if he beats me, yep.
Oh, one other quick question. Do you have any message to pass on to your opponent, young little Alex there?
Oh, let's say, you beat me once, shame on me, but I can't let you beat me twice.
Awesome. Great. Thanks, Gary. And we'll see you in just over a week. Now we have Geoff with the Periphery running the Riston's Rogues. How are you doing tonight, Geoff?
Not bad. Yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. So, how did your season go so far, Geoff?
It hasn't been too bad, obviously. Finished, what did I finish? Like 4th or something like that? It's been pretty good. Yeah,
like you... I always love watching your games and playing against you and stuff, but man, I've said to Laura, I was like, I'm glad I didn't make it into the A-side finals this year.
Why not?
I don't know. I think I would have gotten my ass waxed.
It's okay, we'll make it next year.
Okay, you and me together.
Yeah.
There you
go. One of us. We'll make sure one of us gets there, even if we have to take out the kneecaps of some of our opponents.
Yes.
Yeah. So going into the A-side finals, did you kind of expect that this year, or just kind of your normal, hey, I'm playing, I'll see where I go kind of thing?
No, it was just I'm playing. I didn't have any plans if I was going to end up in A-side or not. I'm usually fairly decent for standings, so but otherwise, no, I didn't plan on being A-side or B-side or in the playoffs or not. You know, I just went to play BattleTech. Didn't care how I ended up in the matches.
Yeah, definitely. Well, seeing you play, like, you can definitely see you're one of those players that you play for the fun, and those other side things are extra bonuses, which is really nice, and it definitely helps create that nice environment for all of the B-side shambled players. No, I'm just joking. No, it's like I always love watching your games and playing against you, or I'm not shocked you're in the A-side or that you're in the A-side final, but
no, like I say, I'm there to have fun and play BattleTech. If I had lost all season, it wouldn't have bothered me overly much. So as long as I get out to play, is what it comes down to.
yeah, definitely the social aspect is really good. Laura, do you have a question for Geoff?
Yeah, which maps out of all the ones you played this season, what was the most difficult for you?
The most difficult? I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't think I've really had any difficulty with any of the maps. They're all, you know, I think maybe like the Racine River Delta, maybe, I guess, would probably be the most difficult map I played on, since I only have the 2 jumpers, and yeah, but it's still, even then, it's not a horrible map. It's still fun to play on.
Yeah, just make sure you don't jump into level 2 depth water.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that, Heather. You got that covered.
Right? Yeah, water and me are friends. What can I say?
Well, you know, you said you jumped. That I remember that match too, because you're like, oh, I jumped into water, and I'm like, oh, okay, you jumped into water. Yeah, and then I fell down and crit myself and breached the torso and all that. So I'm like, wait a second, what level of water did you jump into? Level 2. Why? Why would you do this?
Hey, that's
Pure amusement.
yeah. I just wanted to see what would happen.
Uh-huh.
That's my reasoning behind it.
That's your story, and you're sticking to it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, fair.
So going into the playoffs is you're playing against Max, and he's been kind of a hot I was gonna say hot mess, but he hasn't been a hot mess. He's just been rolling like this season. And have you had a chance to play him this year, or?
No, I did not play him in the regular season. Yeah, no, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be a good game for sure. Is there anything that you're kind of like eyeing a little bit, trying to figure out how to get around with him, or?
Not really. Yeah, no, to be honest, off the top of my head, I couldn't even tell you what his 4 mechs are. I think he's got like an awesome, an awesome and some other stuff. No, I don't really pay much attention to my opponent's mechs and worry about it too much. Like I say, I'm just there to have fun.
Yeah. Well, how long have you been playing BattleTech, Geoff?
Since I was a wee lad. So going
in the old country.
Yeah, in the old country, exactly. Going on like 28 plus years.
Nice. So you've been playing well enough to be like, okay, I have a good understanding of everything, and so you're not like me and Laura, who are kind of like, okay, let's see.
I wouldn't say I have a good understanding of everything. There's always tricks and stuff like that you learn and pick up along the way still.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's like some of the times when like the way that you guys talk, like I'll listen to you and Lee or you and Brett or whatever, and I'm like, man, I don't have anywhere near that knowledge, but I still love to blow shit up.
Well,
Yep.
you see, Laura knows when we played in the original league, with Stu running it, we'd play on a Saturday. So we'd play Battletech till like 3-ish, I think, or something like that, Laura, I believe it was. Then we would go
3 or 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4, and then we'd go grab dinner, and then we'd proceed to go over to Brett's parents' place and play even more Battletech until like 2 or 3 in the morning some nights. So, you know, it was a lot of Battletech back then, on top of all the other gaming I did.
And the only reason we went back to Brett's parents' place is because we were living at Brett's parents' place at the time.
That's true, yeah. And then when you guys moved out, it was, at your guys' place every now and then. And the nice thing is, I would like crash on Brett's couch overnight sometimes. So.
Yep.
Back in the day when that didn't kill you?
Back in the day when that didn't kill me, yeah. I think I almost spent like every Friday night at like other friends' place because I'd like pick them up after work and we'd grab dinner and drinks and that. And then we'd go play video games and just board games and all that stuff until early morning, and then get up the next morning and do it all over again.
Right? Like, yeah, I remember those days. And I could like do whatever till 3 o'clock in the morning, get up and work day camp during the summertime at 6:30 in the morning, and I'd be totally fine. Now I'm like, I need my 9 million hours of sleep every night in my bed.
Yes.
Those weekends, your parents wouldn't see you till like Monday, because I think those Sundays were D&D nights.
Was it? I can't even remember now anymore. Yeah, I'd be gone like the whole weekend. Yeah, pretty much.
The days back before adulthood, right? Man.
Well,
adulthood.
Technically, we were all adults, but you know.
Yeah. And at one point, I had an intern.
I don't know. We had to have jobs, so.
Yeah, but like, were you running a company or really responsible for anything the next day?
No.
Exactly.
Not by any means.
Right? Like, so really, you were working, but yeah. Anyways, let's get back to the actual point of this interview tonight. Even though, oh god, I love these conversations. They're always so much fun. But looking at your season compared to last year, like I can't remember where you made it in the playoffs last year. Like, how are you feeling about how everything went this year compared to last year?
So I think I finished second last year, and then got knocked out in the second or last round of playoffs. I can't remember. So I'm about equal to or slightly ahead of where I was last year.
Nice. And is there anything you're specifically looking forward to next season? I know you might have a few extra ins than other people for what might be coming down the pipe, but is there anything, without letting anything be known that shouldn't be known, anything you might be looking forward to or you would hope to see in League next year?
Just playing out a different faction, you know. Periphery's been fun. It's been a lot of fun playing Periphery, but yeah, just playing a different faction.
Yeah, cool. For some reason, sorry, Laura, go ahead.
I was going to say, anybody that you haven't played this season or even last season that you were looking forward to hopefully being paired up against next year?
There's quite a few people I haven't played against. I haven't played you either. I don't think I played you last season either, or did we?
Nope.
Yeah, so I haven't played you since original League. I think I played Lee last season, but not this season. That's always a fun game. Gary I haven't gotten to play, which I think would be fun. Outside of playoffs, playing like Calvin would be good. Yeah, just playing everybody that I haven't played yet would be fun, right?
Yeah, definitely having those games, playing against people you haven't played, just because you can see their different styles, and kind of nice just to get the different point of views.
Yeah, exactly.
What is another tabletop game that you like to play?
Well, my only tabletop one right now that I'm playing is Battletech. Outside of that, I used to enjoy playing Flames of War until they changed went to the new rule set. I've played Team Yankee. Both those are fun. Used to play 40K back in the day. Tried to get back into it. Looked at all the models and went, I don't really want to put these together. So that's kind of shelved. But yeah, no, I enjoy those types of games. Battletech is certainly my favorite tabletop game, but I do enjoy like the odd game of 40K or stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. Hasn't Lee been trying to get you to play Blood Bowl?
No.
Or is that not? No. I'm actually shocked because he loves to play Blood Bowl. He plays it with Chris, but I would have thought
I didn't know he played.
Yeah, actually, I had no idea he played Blood Bowl.
Yeah. He's got like full-on painted team and everything downstairs.
Oh,
You're gonna have to ask him about that then.
I might have to get
Suppose I might.
You might.
more painting.
More painting.
That's the best thing about these hobbies is I just want the miniatures to paint. Like, if it wasn't so freaking expensive, I'd have a 40K army just to paint.
Just for paint.
Yeah, that's the thing price-wise now. I look at all the money I spent on game systems that I don't even play anymore right now, and it's just like, ugh. Oh well, I had fun at the time.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm lucky. I actually just pulled my DS, found it in my drawer the other day, and I showed Cam, and she's like, "Oh, I want to play that!" So I got to find a charger and get it charged up, and I'm gonna pull out all the DS games. And then my sister said today, "I wish we still had our Game Boys." I'm like, I have every single one of our Game Boys, even my color ones. So I'm gonna pull those out, and I can't wait for the girls to be able to play with them because it's really those. I'm like, what else am I gonna do with them? They're just gonna sit in a box, and I still have all my game systems. So
I still have my original Game Boy.
When I stuff, I've got games. Original Game Boy. Yeah. So I'll put them all in a bag and I'll spoil your girls more.
Oh, great. You're gonna keep going down that aisle of favorite auntie this way. Jeez. Well, on that note, I think I'm gonna say we'll say good night. Thank you, Geoff, for popping on. Good luck. I think I said to Max when we were interviewing him, I'm like, I can't even figure out who's gonna win. I'm not looking forward to predictions this weekend.
I think it's gonna be a great game. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to playing. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. But thanks for having me, and yeah.
You're welcome. One more quick question. Do you have any message to pass on to Max? Just beware, there might be a message for you somewhere out there.
I just want to wish Max good luck. You know, good luck in the game, and yeah, have fun.
Oh God, I hope someone nominated you for good egg, Geoff, because God, you are a good egg.
I don't know about that. I can be pretty cutthroat if I need to be.
Doesn't mean you're not a good egg.
No, there's other people in the league that are much more deserving of stuff like that.
Definitely. But thank you, Geoff, and good luck in just over a week, and hopefully we'll be interviewing you for A-Side Championship.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Well, you're welcome. Thanks. We'll talk to you later.
Have a good night.
You too. Our next interview is with Max from the Abishai's Avengers, and he is running a lance from the Free Mercenaries.
Yeah, I won't repeat what the guys have titled us. It's not worth it.
Yeah, no, please don't.
Yeah. But yeah, Max, did you think you'd make it to the finals, either A side or B side this year?
Oh, absolutely. I knew it was going to be here from the start.
Yeah, because you've just been kind of rolling over most of your opponents.
It's just been going through the motions, you know?
Yeah. How do you think your match with Geoff's going to go?
Oh, I have no idea. A lot's going to depend on, like, the map, the dice, etc., etc.
Yeah, you think it'll be like a close game, or one of you's just gonna wipe the other one out completely?
There has been exactly one game this season that I have gone to time, so I feel like there's going to be 4 kills for one of the sides. Unless somebody takes a really long time.
I don't know. He doesn't seem like that type of player.
I was gonna say Geoff does not play Battletech slow, so I don't think you're gonna have to worry about that
thank
part.
goodness.
No. 20 rounds or more.
Perfect.
What was your favorite thing about the season, Max?
That is an excellent question. It has just been fun to like play the same lance, learn how it works, improve it, get better with it. It's been really nice meeting all these new people and just playing against them and usually thrashing them. But yeah.
Okay, so thinking about your final game against Geoff, what do you like? Is there any like mech or weapon or something that you're not looking forward to facing or anything like that?
His Cerberus does have 2 Gauss rifles, but I've already faced a Cerberus with 2 head cappers this season, like last game, and that was pretty easy to take care of. But no, that Cerberus is probably the scariest thing for me just because of its extreme standoff range and the ability to instantly kill a mech if it hits is just... It's really, like, nerve-wracking every single time those dice are rolled.
Yeah, I love my Gauss rifles. Yeah, I will never not have one if I can choose to. So I could see why that would be painful, or something you wouldn't be looking for. What about maps? Is there any map you're hoping to play on or not hoping to play on, like terrain-wise or anything?
I have no idea what the CBL map pool is, in all honesty. The map we played for, whatchamacallit, A-side playoffs rank 1 could be really good if I win the die roll to get the map choice, because there's an obscenely good sniping spot on that map, but I also don't know whether or not he has bribery on his lance, so that could just be bad. I'd probably just be looking for something that either gives me, like, a relatively neutral area would be preferred, just something that either I have a good position where I can stand there and shoot, or if he has the good position where I can stand there and shoot, I'm not horribly screwed out of 0 level 2s to hide behind for cover, etc., etc. Just make it so it's not you win because of the map. That's just the map you play on for the game.
Yeah, that's fair for sure. So considering you're one of the younger players in League, I think you actually are the youngest, aren't you?
I know I am as old as Alex. I'm the same year age. I'm pretty sure my birthday's after him though. So yes, I'm the youngest single player in the league.
Youngest single player. Okay, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. What like I know your dad plays Battletech because he's in League and he's quite a good player. Like he knows the game. Was it your dad who introduced you to Battletech, or?
It was actually my uncle. He was playing Harebrained Schemes Battletech, which is truly a fun game. He was actually playing it so much that I think he got like carpal tunnel in his wrist or something. That was a fun time for him. But yeah, he introduced it. He got into the hobby. He bought and painted all the mechs, and then me and my dad just play with him every so often, and he sent over our lances that he painted for CBL. So yeah.
And so, like, thinking, I know we talked about your match, but is there anything you want Geoff to think about before he comes up to face you, or is there any message you want to pass on to him?
Hey, old man, I'm coming for you. It's time for the new blood.
Oh,
Oh, wow. I was waiting for Alex to say something like that, but wow. Okay, all right. I'm looking forward to seeing your game in, 1.5 weeks, and good luck. Good luck. It's, yeah, wow. Just you guys up in A, I'm like looking at you like, holy. I learned to play like them?
Hopefully it's the Suns that win the leagues this year.
Maybe.
I said it is Gary for Alex, so who knows?
Yeah, looking at the two finals, like the two final games, I'm trying to think of our predictions later next week or whatever, Lauren. I'm like, I don't even have any clue who. Like, it's so, yeah, you guys. I'm glad I never played you, Max.
I did. I lost.
And didn't you hold your
No,
own?
it was a good match though.
That's good. Max, you don't have anything to say about that one?
It was the only match that went to time. It was also the only match or one of the only matches that I played like less than 10 turns.
Yeah.
It was
that
fun.
happens. That happens.
Determination is pretty good when you hit a Thunderbolt with like 3 of your 4 PPCs.
Ooh. Who took that?
My T-Bolt.
Oh.
And then I did almost the exact same thing to Gary in the next game.
Oh.
On
Wow.
the Thunderbolt too.
You meanie. Take out all those Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Hey, all I'm saying is when I was playing Battletech, I created the persona of the 2 Lightning brothers, 2 Lyran Commonwealth brothers who piloted a Thunderbolt and a Zeus respectively. All I'm saying, I'm the only one that gets to run those, Max.
Oh god. Oh god. So one more quick question for you, Max.
Mhm.
Talking about games, because this is like gaming, tabletop gaming. Is there another type of tabletop game that you like to play other than Battletech?
Please, I beg you, let me play an RPG. Align your schedules for once. Actually show commitment to the game, because I just want to play, okay, people? Let it happen.
Well, thank you, Max, for popping on and chatting with us, and good luck on the, what day is that? Good luck on the 6th is the game, I think. Right?
Thank you for having me.
6th. You're welcome. You're welcome. And we will talk to you later. Thanks so much.
All right, see you then.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
And thanks for those awesome interviews, Heather and Laura. I hope to hear more from you guys for the next season.
This leads us into our final week of matches for this. It's been so much fun. I'm gonna miss you all. Anyway,
Suck on a princess. We're not going anywhere.
Anyway,
You still got to deal with us.
oh yeah, yes, I do. Well, we have game number 1, which is Paul's Flying Tigers. They're facing off against Petulant Perry's Periphery Pirates. Well, this is 2 teams that have had completely different tracks going through the regular season. Paul's been kind of Paul's been Paul, trying to get the wins in, and Galen's been pretty good throughout the season, pretty steady. I'm going to say Galen's going to win, but Paul's going to do a few things that I don't think Galen's ever seen done.
I got to disagree with you. I think this is going to be a Flying Tiger win. Galen's solid, and he's got a pretty solid lance behind him. But Paul does some off-the-wall BS. Just stuff that you don't expect. And I don't know if Galen will understand how to play a game against Paul, because it's coming out of left field. And then it's coming out of home base. And then he's on second base, but he's running back to first. So you never understand what's going on, but Paul sometimes manages to win. So good luck, Paul. Paul's going to get a 2-1 victory on this one.
Oh, I never called my kill count. I'm going to say it's going to be a 4-2.
Yeah, I might have interrupted you. My bad.
No, you were right to interrupt me. I just wanted to get that out.
I think Paul can do crazy stuff all day, but Galen's got this game on lock. He's just going to put a bunch of fire down range that Paul's going to run face first into. We'll maybe try to charge something or DFA something. But no, I think Galen's going to win with a 4-2. Yeah, 4-2.
Game number 2 is a game that was ducked. I'm sorry, not ducked. I wouldn't want to say he's a bit cowardly. It was postponed due to illness. We have the epic crash of the eager Tin Man's Tin Cans. They're going to play off against the Mass Destruction. Finally. I've been wanting to play Justin since I met him earlier in the year. I'm really glad we're finally going to be able to get our game in because it should be fun. I like his mechs, and he's a fun guy to play against or be around. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to win. It's going to be a 3-2.
Are you sure you're gonna win though? I don't think you're gonna win. I think it's gonna be like all the other big build-ups for Lee's games, and he's gonna choke.
So what do you think the score is going to be, Jeff?
I say it's gonna be a Tin Cans victory, but it's gonna be a 3-2.
Now, we've never considered this as an award for most improved noob, but if we did, I kind of think I would have to nominate Justin and his Tin Cans. The game one that he played versus the last games that he's played, I think he's come such a ways ahead, and you like to lose to noobs there, Lee, so I'm going to go 3-2, Tin Man's Tin Cans, kicking it in for a little destruction.
Which team did you vote for, Jeff?
Not Mass Destruction.
All right. So I have to say this. I thought you were gonna say that whatever the best noob was. I thought you were gonna say me. I was like, whoa. I was like, you asshole. But then when you said just, I'm like, okay, you were actually being nice.
I can be nice from time to time. I can be an asshole, no argument there, but I can be nice from time to time.
Game number 3, we have the Battle of the Babes. Really, dude? That's the... I'm so glad we don't have an HR department yet. Our two hosts of the new BTW, the ladies of the CBL, Heather and Laura. Well, we've been waiting for them to get a game in. It has been the first time they've played in 2 years. And last week, Heather was unable to attend. I still going to have to call Heather to win this one, and I think it's going to be a 3-2.
I will see your 3-2, but match it with Laura winning on this one, Lee. Jeff, tiebreaker, you're here for a reason.
Am I though?
Sometimes.
I deny both of you and say it's going to be a tie at a 2-2.
Oh, it's a non-game. It's a non-competitive game. It can actually end in a tie.
They can still end in a tie, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't be a pussy. Pick a side.
Okay, I'm leaving that in. I am leaving that in. Game number 4. Kel's Keshiks will face off against the second St. Ives Janissary. Loser is going to have to buy a plate of hot wings. Is that just for the other person, or is that for everybody?
And just the other person.
Oh, damn it. I get in on this. Though, Brad, I know we don't make any money doing this, and you're going to lose, so I guess you're not going to be buying wings for everybody.
Wouldn't be the first plate of wings I bought him.
Yeah, in this game, I'm going to say it's going to be tight, and the only problem is I keep calling your Atlas to be a really deciding factor, because I think it will be in this one, too, because his assault mech is point-blank damage. I'm going to actually say you're going to win, Brett, and I'm going to say it's going to be a 3-2.
3-2? No. This is going to be a 4-2.
Yeah, because the two dead mechs are going to be your Atlas and the Hunchback as usual.
They're always dead, yes. But that assumes that he only killed 2. I think Lee's right. I think it's going to be a 4-3 victory for me. But Jeff is definitely going to be leaving me with something held together with best wishes and duct tape.
You know, if Jeff hits Ultra 20 rounds like he did in our match and puts them in locations doubling up, you know, you're going to go down quick. It doesn't matter your Atlas or not. It's probably going to blow itself up. So I'm going to call a Keshik win. But I do think it's going to be, 4-3 is probably about right.
Yeah, I think either way, it's going to be a tight game. Like, it's not going to be a blowout. But then again, the problem is when you have two really good teams, blowouts just happen. Good dice rolls, stuff like that. So I guess maybe when you get two good teams to get against each other, maybe assuming that there's a possible blowout, because JP versus Max, I wasn't really.
Yeah, you
expecting
definitely
a
have that
blowout there.
snowball effect, right? One thing goes sideways, and then you just capitalize on it, and it goes right downhill real quick.
Yeah, so it's hard to call because you got to take the luck factor into it.
I'm going to target my own mechs.
Chaos theory. Okay, game number 5. We have our very own Blood of Bashir charging the Vandals Valkyries. What?
Our very own. We don't own them.
Neither of them are our own. And what is the second sentence supposed to mean?
For some
For
armor damage. Apparently they're going to charge each other for some armor damage. This is why I have said our writing team is horrible. Anyways, who do you think's going to win, Lee?
I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
No, I don't. Because both these guys like to kill themselves. I'm actually going to say it's the last game of the season. I'm going to say Vandals Valkyries are going to win it. Because that triple gauze rifle's got to have its day in the sun. I guess it had a really good day against JP, though. I'm going to say Vandals Valkyries, and I'm going to say it's going to be a 3-1.
Let's see. This is going to be a whole lot of hitting the wrong place at the wrong time. I think there's going to be lots of damage thrown, but I don't think there's going to be lots of dead mechs. And I think somebody's going to fall unconscious in this game. I got to say probably closer to 3-2. And I think Vandals Valkyries with experience is going to take this one home.
Man, Andrew's such a nice guy. It just so hurts to call games against him, right? He just makes you feel so bad. Both these teams have had some luck at times and some really bad luck at times when it comes to stuff. But... And Lee, you actually called a Vandal Valkyrie win, which...
No take-backs.
Yeah.
It's the end of the season. What's the worst that's going to happen?
He lets the air out of your tires?
I'm his ride home.
He lets the air out of your tires after he gets it?
After he gets dropped off. Gets out of the vehicle and then lets the air out of the tires. Just because it's the last game of the season, I'm going to call a Blood of Bashir win. Because Andrew needs a win. He did get, 2 wins in the season? Regular season? Was it 2 or 1?
I'm not positive.
I have that information in Calgary, not with me.
Yeah, I thought it was at least 1 because Lee gave it up easy.
Lee always gives it up easy.
Hide it.
So I think it's going to be a Blood of Bashir win. I'm going to say it's going to be a 3-2 for the Bashir.
Game number 6, the B-side Brawlers. Looking to add a win today. We'll size up the Lords of the Underworld to see who's got the bigger axe, Berserker or Axeman.
Well, that's an easy question to answer right there. We know the Berserker's got a bigger axe.
And it's almost a mech, isn't it? Isn't it like it's 10 tons? It's a big axe.
Yeah, but doesn't count if neither of them generally keep it past round 5.
That's true, but maybe they will purposely not target each other's axe wielders so they can get within range. Wouldn't it be awesome to see the Axeman and Berserker just hacking the crap out of each other?
And doesn't B-side Brawlers also have a Night Sky?
Mm-hmm. No. Yes, it does.
So then it becomes the question of 2-on-1 for the axes.
3 axe enter, 1 axe leave.
Don't forget you have, Berserker, the skill. Don't forget it, Lords of the Underworld. It may make all the difference.
Poor Timmy, always forgetting his skills.
I am
getting
gonna
knocked down when he gets there.
Yeah, I think the B-side Brawlers are actually in for an upset. I think Lords of the Underworlds are going to win because that Berserker is going to go on a berserking rage. I'm going to say 2-1 for the Lords of the Underworld.
I'm going to agree with you, Lee, mostly. I think Jay is due for a win. I think it's postseason for both these players, so the game doesn't matter. In the sense that, no standings. Both are going to have a good time. Lords of the Underworld are going to get all kinds of lucky today and take a 4-2 victory home.
Ooh. Lee, you said that the B-side brawlers are in for an upset. Well, they've already had their upset. They're out of the playoffs.
They knew that was going to happen. They got up into that A strata, looked up and went, "Oh, this is not going to happen."
Oh, are you saying they tasted the air up there and it was poisonous?
Exactly. It was
Too
just
close
too
to the
much.
sun.
Yeah, it was just too much for him. He just couldn't hack it.
Poor Aaron. I think Timmy's going to get some good hits in, but I do think the B-side brawlers are going to win this one. And I think we're going to see a 4... no, actually, sorry. I'm going to say a 3-2.
Game number 7 and the last of our non-playoffs games. We're going to see their second generation Dawnru Tiger Slayers. They're going to pull up a seat and look to share a match with the lads from the Parker's Pathfinders. I gotta say, this is going to be a good group. This is going to be a good game. I think they're going to have a lot of fun. I know Chris and Brandon really just enjoyed the game. So I think they're going to sit down. They're going to have some fun. I don't think Chris has a whole lot of luck against the C3 or C3I system. So I am going to say the Tiger Slayers are going to win it. And they're going to win it pretty convincingly with a 4-2.
Now, I know Chris doesn't have a whole lot of success against C3. He might even think it's a little undercosted, but these players are going to have just such a good game that it's not going to matter. They're both going to walk away from the table thinking that they learned something, had a good day. I got to agree that I think it's going to be a Dawnru Tiger Slayer. Probably a 3-2 victory, though. Not a total blowout.
Don't think it's going to be a total blowout, huh? I tend to agree with you, and I do think Chris has had a really good season. Compared to last season, he's improved quite a bit. His lance is really good, and both Brandon, for being a new player to the league, has also done really well. But I do agree with both of you that I think the Tiger Slayers are going to win this one. And I think, Brett, I think your 3-2 is pretty accurate there. All right. Well, now that wraps up all the important games. Now on to the stuff that, let's face it, nobody cares about. The B-side finals, followed by the A-side finals.
Well, it's going to be hard to bring up the energy from that. This is actually really exciting. I know you wrote hella exciting, Brett. That's not me. I don't say hella nothing. This year we have two teams that I don't think anyone predicted at the beginning of the year to be playing for the trophy. Wearing the white trunks and entering the arena from the western edge, we have the Doom Buds, representing Comstar and my beloved C3I. And coming in from the eastern side of the landscape and wearing the red trunks, representing the Federated Suns, your Red Suns Irregulars. I am very, very happy to be seeing this match. I think we have a really, really tough one ahead of us. I got kind of beat up by the Red Suns Irregulars, and I was representing the C3I. My hope is that narc of Alex's is the slight difference of the edge to win him the game. It's going to be tough. They're going to have to work really hard against each other to win, but I am actually going to call it for Alex because I think the Doom Buds have a really good unified lance. And it's going to be a 4-2-2.
So Alex has leaned into all the Comstar tech this year. He took the Einarchs, he went C3. He's really tried to use that to his advantage this season. And as a dad, I couldn't be prouder to say that he's making it into the B-side finals, win or lose. That being said, little bastard better win or he's going to be shoveling the sidewalks for the next 2 months.
Did you make that threat last season?
Yeah, well, I'm a softie. I do believe that the kid is going to pull out the win. He's going to find some kid luck somewhere, and it's going to be a 4-2 victory for him. Go Comstar. I don't think I ever thought I was going to say that, but good game, Alex. Have fun. Gary is going to be laughing and having a good time. Win, lose, or, well, you can't draw, so sucks to be you. Have a good time. 4-2 victory. Doom Buds all the way.
See, Brett, it's okay to say go Comstar. It's just don't, as long as you don't include Word Blake in there, really, right? Come on. This is a tough match, I think. Both players have come a long way, and both players, their lances are in really good positions. The Doom Buds having the C3I and Einarch. I'm a huge fan of Einarch. Especially those Haywire pods, they work out great. And even just the fact of having the Narc with that longbow, right? On the other hand, I have always called for Gary to jam as many racks as possible. I don't normally I'm pretty harsh on Gary, which he doesn't deserve by any means. But in the end, I do think the Red Suns are going to come out the victor in this one. And I think it's going to be a 3-2.
Wow. I can't believe you voted against Brett's son.
It's not like he listens to the podcast. He won't hear it.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't matter. I don't know what else to say.
Such a bad child. Tisk.
Couldn't even support us with this. I know. Although he did come to Vegas with me, so, props for that. All right, everyone, drop your socks, grab your Crocs. It's A-side finals time. Rookie of the Year award goes to Abishai's Avengers, playing this season as Mercenaries faction. Facing off against one of the youngest and newest members, we have Riston's Rogues, flying the Periphery flag and piloted by one of the original longtime League members, tracking his heritage back to the turn of the century.
Oh my god, there's so many things wrong with that intro.
I'm an old man.
Your Crocs, really? Do you want me to start with this one, Brett?
Yeah, go ahead and lead into it.
All right. So, I have to say this is two great teams going at it. You guys play so well. I know how you played, Geoff. It's really good. I really haven't gotten to watch Max play. I just know that everybody walks away from the table just defeated. Like even JP, when he beat him in the regular season, he was just kind of like, ugh, that was tough. I've got a call for Max's to win this. I really want to say you're gonna win, Geoff, but I think Max's luck is just that good. But it's going to be close. It's going to be a 4-3.
I think you're right. I think it is going to be a 4-3. However, I think it's going to be a early 2-0 lead for Geoff, and then Max is going to get some luck, and he's going to pull it back, and then Geoff is just going to finish him off at the end, and it is going to be a Riston's Rogue 4-3 victory at the end of the day, probably with about 45 minutes left on the play clock.
Wow, we've been calling out how much time's going to be left.
Well, round count is way too hard to try and call.
I think it's going to be a fun match, Max and I haven't played regular season. He's been doing really well. And I've just been muddling my way through, been doing pretty decent myself. Playoffs have been actually hitting things, which has been nice, unlike the regular season. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a pretty close game.
So
I
3-3 and counting the pips.
No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's gonna be counting the pips. I think
4-4 with having to count the pips. There we go.
4-4 with having to. Would we just gonna mutually destroy each other at the very end?
Make it interesting for the rest of us.
That would be pretty funny, actually. Taking two mechs out at the very end against each other, right? Like that would be something. And I see that you're already assuming that I'm going to call myself for the win here.
You've got to call yourself for the win. If you vote for your opponent, that means that the fix is in. You've got money on this game.
What money? That would mean I'd have to have money to spend on that.
You've been receiving the checks we've been sending you, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah, sure.
You sent them, right, Brett?
Nope.
Oh.
You see?
All right. So?
Yeah, I'll say 4-3 in my favor. Sure, why not?
It's going to be a close game. It's going to be very close.
Oh, yeah.
Well, moving to the end of tonight's episode, I just want to say thank you to everyone once again. You guys are awesome. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and all that fun stuff, and especially comment. We really like hearing from you guys, and it's cool to make those connections with people that we don't know directly.
It's like Lee said. It's always great to hear comments and stuff from everybody, everybody listening. And that. Good luck to the Doom Buds and Red Suns, Abishai's Avengers. Also, good luck to you, and we'll see everybody next week.
All right, so we have one more show that'll be our post-show wrap-up. In between seasons, we will be looking for some extra content. So everybody, leave comments, leave suggestions, leave requests. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to hear what you'd like to hear from us. So talk to you later. Have a great night.
Forget, guys. Members, vote. Vote.
We covered that at the beginning. We trusted that they listened to the end.
Yeah.
League members, please get those votes in early.
Heather will haunt your final games.
Coming at you like a shot to the cockpit. Good night and lights out.